myself I try to prepare inventively. So whatever I able to, I heard from seniors, I read and able to understand, and I will able to, yes, I will discuss with all of you. So whatever the calls kindly follow from me. That. So the topic we'll cover, this topic will cover who is the Vidhura, life and activities of Vidhura, characteristics and qualities of Vidhura, who is a pure devotee, activities of pure devotee, and how does Lord rewards pure devotee, and by discussing this all benefits, by discussing this life of devotees, what we learn from this, we'll see. So first of all, who is the Vidura? So we all know that previous life Vidura is eternally Vidura is the Yamraj himself, part of the Yamraj, and in the at that time Mandavya Muni once cursed Vidura, means Yamraj, that he will be born in Shudra's family, and then he came in the this lineage and become a Vidura. That time by the means by Vyasdev and maid servant, Vidura born as Dasiputra. Vidura is actually a pure devotee of the Lord. We can learn, means we can know that pure devotee means, how can we know the pure devotee? What he discussed, how he glorified, means others able to hear, by hearing their glories, how they means help, their life helps for others. So, and means whatever their discussions and whatever their words, questions, by knowing that things we can know means is pure duty. Raja Parikshit also glorified by words like Vidurasya Amalatmana. So Vidurasya Amalatmana, like this, and also he eager to hear about the questions asked by Vidura. That in we see in the kind of third, first chapter, Parikshit Raja asked, and that discussion will be helpful for all of the living entities, like this. So from life of Vidura, we will see his life and his activity. The quotes by Vidura only. This he is considered to be learned if anger, pride, and too much of the joy does not affect his talent. So if anger comes up, or too much pride, or so many opulence will get or joy in that, so his what we say, his talent will not flow, or the ego or these all things will cover up his talent. So we'll see how in Vidura's life these all things have comes up, and how Vidura cross this all problems. So Vidura was means all three brothers was very good in relations. Later on they got their positions. Vidura became advisor of the Dhritarashtra. He was very true advisor, well-wisher of Dhritarashtra. He always truly wished to good for the Dhritarashtra, and as per he gave advice to him, which is means like always he used to give the advice, and that advice and that discussion is known as Vidura Niti, which is we know Chanakya Niti. It's like that only. So very firm things was discussed in that. So always Vidur come and whatever problems or whatever good things for the nation or Dhritarashtra for his ruling, he had always used to give advice. So even though we saw when the gambling match occurred in the their time. So first of all, he was in oppose while this climbing match and all. Then again they felt no, this is just a play. This is not means just a play within friends like brothers. So then they put some rules for the gambling match, and whatever rules was there, they again state this is means what the rules are. Then later on things goes up, and by Kutniki of his Mama Shri, they captured all things, and finally they come up on the Draupadis. Then again Vidura again then told, okay, but this is man's assembly. Why we should call woman in this? So again, they Dhritarashtra always he give advice, but he neglects because of blindly love or his evil son. So all things go, and that assembly, which was very that time is very good place status, but because of this bad association and not hearing this advice of Vidura, that assembly become Asat Sabha then in the history. So later on, we know the story. That means all they have gone, all have, I mean, everything is captured and all went for the forest. Then again when come, he asked Pandava asked for their part, but they neglect, and then so many things happened. Then our Param Guru Krishna came in between as a mediator, and they give advice, but they neglect means they are not he heard Krishna also, they neglect their advice also. But then after that Dhritarashtra feel, Arey, we have done something wrong, but what to do? Then he asked Vidura, for he knows that Vidura will give some advice for next good things. Then he again told that this is who have done wrong, and he told all bad things what happened in these things and what she should do. But again Duryodhana means come and he heard a conversation, and he very badly point out the means questions, create question on Vidura's trueness. That so after doing so many things, most of the times means his advice was neglected, or means he have not taken seriously, but yet he have giving means he have whole life his advice was neglected, but yet he have not given his job. He is very firm in his seva bhav. So yet after doing this so many things also, what he have awarded the Duryodhana's bad words. So then he that bad words was like he pierced the heart of Vidura's, but and they raised the question of sincerity of the Viduras. Then for that he can able to fight also. He was very talented person. He can ask for justice, but he have not done like that. He saw the hand of external energy through the bad words of Duryodhana, but inside he was happy that he got chance for devotional service and completely purify himself from all the contamination. Uh, and he went away. He gave up his all position, and he went away from the palace. Like means wherever he went, we can see at pilgrimage he had the darshan of devotees always see the blessing. Means whatever miseries come up, the devotees always see the blessings of the Lord, and they take this opportunity to serve the Lord and go more closer to the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam, this is said in the Srimad Bhagavatam first chapter. So when he went away from there, he went for pilgrimage. He had the holy darshan of Dham. The shlok is means he gone from Ayodhya, Dwarka, Mathura, like different pilgrimage. Uh, Gam, one shlok is there. Gam paryatam madhya vividha kvatva vrutti sadarupto adha shayano vadhuta alakshita svera vadhu tat vesho vratani che haritoshanani. So this verse says like this: while traversing the earth, he simply performed duties to the pleasure of Supreme Lord Hari. He his occupation was pure and independent. He was constantly sanctified by taking his bath in the holy places, although he was in the dress of mendicant and had no hair dressing nor a bed on which to lie. Thus he was always underseen by his various relatives. So he had went for the we saw that he take this opportunity for purify himself and have a darshan and go more closer and do seva. So he had darshan of holy dhams, and while doing this, means he come on the bank of Yamuna and made before that, at the place of pilgrimage at Prabhat Kshetra, he comes to know that their relatives all have been gone in the fight. So he performed rituals for them on the bank of Saraswati, and then he continued his journey. And on the bank of the Yamuna, he met Uddhava, had discussion about Lord and his devotees, their pastimes, all things. Then Uddhava was very in the pain of separation, so he told that you should go to Maitreya on the bank of means Ganga, and he will tell whatever message personally given by the Lord to you. So he went by instruction of the Uddhava, Vidhura, go on the bank of the Ganga to meet to Maitreya Muni, and had discussion about the Lord, his creation, pastimes. Then means like the Sarga Visarga we saw. Then Varaha Leela, and then Kapila's Shiksha, etc. So all details they have discussed. Then by this life means so many things happened, but in this we can see the characters and qualities of Vidura, that he was very talented person. Means we can see the Vidura Niti, which shows his talent. Because of his talent only, he have kept as a advisor in the Dhritarashtra. But at the same time, he was optimistic. Means sometimes what happened, means we saw before only our Raghav Prabhu explained the conflicts. Means if we are talented but our ego comes up, then conflict takes place. But if we are optimistic, then means that because of that only we can think, अरे ये इतना ही नहीं है, इसकी वजह से नहीं है, और भी कुछ है ऐसा. So means whatever things occurred, या फिर conflict occurred, or bad things occurs, then he can think and see the behind that conflict, what the use means, how can we see the hands of the Lord, and we can take it as the blessings. So Vidura also used when this Duryodhana pastime happened, then he used that insult of Duryodhana for cultivating higher realizations. So next, his learned one. Before only we saw that his question was very helpful for all living entities. Then Adrita means one who so adores, means to hear about Lord. Yet he was very learned, but he was eager to hear the pastimes of Lord from the means from his younger one. Uddhava was younger than Vidura. So, but he yet ready to hear from them also. Then he was bold in the instructions. Means always he give strongly, firmly instruction to Dhritarashtra. Even though in first kind we saw how he came and chastised Dhritarashtra. Yet means all your sons have been gone, and you are yet here means attached with this seat. Now you should go. You see the how Bhima is throwing food meal for you. You are like a dog. So means he was very bold in words, but means harsh his word. But he from inner side he was means loving or he's caring for him. Means like this. Yet he was humble in his nature. So he humbled means he heard from younger one Uddhava like this. So this was some qualities of Vidura. Then we will turn little bit to what is the pure devotees. Means from this we can learn how to be like this. Then the devotees of the Lord are mainly two types. One is the sadhana siddha and another is the nitya siddha. Means those nitya siddha means those devotees, those are never fall down to the region of the material atmosphere, even though they are sometimes come onto the material planet to execute the mission of the Lord, to help in these pastimes. That is the Nitya Siddha. And the Sadhana Siddha devotees are chosen from the conditioned soul. Out of the Sadhana Siddha, there are two devotees, two parts, like Mishra Bhakta means mixed and pure devotee. The mixed devotees are like sometimes enthusiastic about the spiritual activities and are habituated in the philosophical speculation also. But the pure devotees are free from all these mixtures and are completely absorbed in the service of the Lord, regardless of how and where they are situated. It's like we saw in our Bhakti Sindhu, Rupa Goswami said about Anya Abhilashda Shunyam, the definitions. So Vidura comes in the Nitya Siddha Bhakta. In discussion of when Vidura went to Maitreya, then Maitreya asked the questions. Vidura asked the questions to Maitreya, and after the questions, Vidura glorified. In that, Maitreya says these things, means 3.5 glorification. You are situated in Nitya Siddha Bhakta. So, activities of pure devotee is defined like this. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, this slok comes. Iha yasya harer dasya karmana manasa gira nikhilasva apa avasthasu jivan muktasya uchyate. Means in this one who engaged in the transcendental service of the Lord in body, means by body, mind and words, it is to be considered liberated in all conditions of material existence. We saw in the life of Vidura about means when from his birth also, the life of Vidura is how he born by Vyasadev. Means Prabhupada in the Patpat, Prabhupada elaborately talk about the Garbhadham Samskar. So means if you want good progeny and to attract devotee like soul, means like Vidura, so we should be spiritually advanced and stable like Vyasadev. Also, we saw in the Karda Muni pastime, to explain. So Dhritarashtra most of the time neglected Vidura, yet he was a good well-wisher and advisor. Not attached with his position at the time of, any time he was ready to give up also. He is not attached and accept it is as Krishna's blessings, not Duryodhana's foolishness, like this. Then his mind and words always fixed on the Krishna and his devotee. Means when he goes with Uddhava or else Matra, he asks questions regarding Krishna's pastimes or his devotees. So we see in that. Then how does Lord rewards pure devotee? So with his personal association, means this is the highest reward we can see. Association means it not last, but previously we saw that Krishna rejected Duryodhana's invitation and went to Vidura's home. That Duryodhan ka bhoga na khayo, ruka sath Vidura ghar khayo. Means he got the association also. Then the Lord gives his most confidential message for him. Then which is that message to Maitreya and discussion of all, which is not been relieved even after, even Brahma, when the 4 verses was explained. This is compresses creation, means all this discussion compresses this all creation and all pastimes. So what is the benefit of discussion of pure devotees like Vidura? Prasangaman majaram pasham atmanam kavayo vidu saeva sadhu shukruto moksharvara mapavratam. Means by every learned man knows very well that attachment for the material is the greatest entanglement of the spirit soul, but that same attachment when applied to the himself realized devotees opens the door of the liberation. When we discuss about the devotees, so this is clear. The Brahma Samhita says that it is very difficult to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead from the Vedas, but he is easily understood from the pure devotees like Vidura. So from Vidura's pastimes life we can learn so means we will try to learn from Vedas, Krishna and about all things. But how to surrender, how to be fixed in our seva, how by words and minds, how we should be serve Krishna, always ready to give up our position and attachments, and how we can serve the holy dhams and hear from devotees to go to nearby Krishna. So we can learn these all things from the Vidura's pastime. Like this. Okay. Thank you.
Any questions on Vidhurji?
Thank you for a nice presentation. So you told that Vidhu left the village of Dhritarashtra after being thrown by Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana.
By bad words but he went before he.
So why he did not left before that? Why he was serving an evil-minded Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana for a long time? Why he did so? He should leave the house earlier also.
First one, we can see that he always tried to be a well-wisher of Dhritarashtra. He always think that by compassion or by advice, may he change his mind and may be helpful for his own self also. And one by another angle that may be helpful for Pandavas also, because he's always trying to plan somehow to harass Pandavas and give trouble to Pandavas also. But that time Pandavas means his father was not there, means Pandu was not there. So they are not in Chhatra Chhaya of father. So always want to help that way also. But main reason is to try to convince and change the mood of Dhritarashtra. So maybe this was the thing, and he tried, but always so many trials and these bad things and question arise on his chastity. So he left. It was not that much question. They are neglected.
You said Sadhanasiddha devotees are two types, mixed and pure devotees. So can you tell the reference
For
for this information? The Sadhanasiddha devotees are two types, mixed and pure devotee.
mixed devotees and pure devotees.
What is the reference?
Actually, before I was just checking doing some seva that after Samra Sindhu, this discussions come where I shared this taken from that. Thank you.
Anyone else?
I think that sadhana siddha, maybe we need to check it again, because I have that doubt that if he is a sadhana siddha, like mixed devotee, how can we come in that siddha, sadhana siddha category? Maybe we need to check it. Is that taken from, you only made that right? So you check it again, because sadhana siddha, like mixed devotee, can he become sadhana siddha?
I will once.
Thank you, Prabhu. You're nice in last minute, nice slides.
Yes, they are good slides.
Actually, one devotee was saying we are not giving much feedback this time. Last time we were giving a lot of nice feedback, but there's a lot of improvement in terms of presentation of slides and overall presentation also. So therefore, there is nothing improvement-wise. Many suggestions. It's just many of you are maybe speaking first time in front of ISKCON audience, like devotee audience. It's easy to speak in front of newcomers, because you can speak anything and everything goes okay. Because they know nothing and whatever you say is perfect, so it doesn't matter. But it's different when you are speaking in front of devotees. So therefore, it's a good opportunity to learn and grow in that field. Like for me also, today I gave Bhagavatam class, so giving Bhagavatam is much more difficult than speaking in the nearby programs, because you can speak whatever you want in nearby programs and nobody can question or will ask you. But here there are stalwart devotees who have read so many scriptures. If you say something, they know exactly what you are doing. So that's the only learning experience we have to gain, because it will help us become more and more go deeper into our understanding of scriptures. So that's for our betterment, not for impressing anyone else, but to help us understand deeper understanding of scriptures. So that's the main point when we speak in front of our own devotees. And it's not to scare anyone, or sometimes some questions are being asked, so don't feel why they are harassing me or something like that. It's not in that mood we should take. It's just to help us gain better understanding of the same subject matter. Okay? Hare Krishna. Next.
Very well. Hare Krishna. Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chishkaranmilitam Jana